Urgent, G-Men fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Big Blue news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. The Giants overhauled their secondary with 2 stellar moves. The New York Giants didn't just patch up their secondary this offseason, they upgraded it with long-term vision and cap flexibility in mind. Their first splash came with the signing of Paulson Adebo, the 25-year-old cornerback from the New Orleans Saints. While Adebo fractured his leg last season, he's back up to near full speed, and the Giants believe he's ready to step into the CB1 role. Before the injury, Adebo was putting together a quietly solid campaign. Over 436 defensive snaps, he gave up 428 receiving yards and just 1 touchdown. He tallied 3 interceptions and added 7 pass breakups, showcasing his knack for finding the football and disrupting passing lanes. Across his first 3 seasons, Adebo has collected 10 career interceptions, proof of his aggressive mindset, and quick reads in man coverage. That made the Giants comfortable offering him a 3-year, $54 million deal with $5 million guaranteed. Flexible structure makes Adebo's deal. Even smarter, Adebo's contract is built for value and wiggle room. His cap hit in 2025 is just $7 million, giving the Giants breathing room as they allocate money elsewhere. It jumps to $23 million in 2026, right when New York expects to have more flexibility. If things don't pan out, they can move on after 2 seasons with only $5 million in dead cap. But if he lives up to expectations, they'll be getting a high-level starter at just 28 years old for a $19 million cap hit in 2027. The best part? This addition takes the spotlight off Deonte Banks, who can now shift into a CB2 role where he might find his confidence again after a bumpy rookie campaign. Jevon Holland brings stability to free safety. The Giants didn't stop at corner. They doubled down on their secondary by signing free safety Jevon Holland, one of the more dynamic young safeties in the league. Holland inked a 3-year, $45, $3 million deal with $33 million guaranteed. He'll carry a modest $94 million cap hit in 2025, followed by $5 million in 2026. Similar to Adebo's deal, the Giants have a clean exit after 2 seasons with only $4 million in dead money. If Holland thrives, he'll remain under contract at just 27 years old in 2027 for $8 million, a win for both sides. A bounce-back year looms for Holland last season. Wasn't Holland's finest. He allowed 302 yards and 3 touchdowns in coverage and had only 3 pass breakups. But it's important to remember that the Miami Dolphins defense was inconsistent as a whole, and Holland was one of many caught in the chaos, not to mention also dealing with an injury. Despite the dip in production, Holland still logged 854 snaps and held up well against the run. He remains a reliable tackler with a high football IQ and excellent range in the middle of the field. With Tyler Nubin likely shifting into more of a strong safety or hybrid role, the Giants now boast a versatile safety tandem with youth, upside, and experience. Pausing this news, just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Big Blue news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Proposed Giants signing brings $8 million free agent to New York. The New York Giants have a few areas to address even after landing 2 quarterbacks in free agency. With the 2025 NFL Draft just a month away, the Giants could use some depth in the backfield. They have an explosive talent in Tyrone Tracy Jr., who recorded over 1,000 scrimmage yards during his rookie campaign. Meanwhile, Devin Singletary is currently the backup going into the second of a 3-year deal he signed last offseason. Given the lack of a true number 1 running back to work behind Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston under center, the Giants were suggested as a fit for former Los Angeles Chargers star J.K. Dobbins, according to Christian Dandria of For the Win. Dobbins' 115 rushing yards over expected RYOE rated him as the 12th most efficient tailback in the league last fall. That's enough to assuage some, not all, of the concerns. He's missed 29 games the last 3 seasons and all of 2021, Dandria wrote. Spotrac is currently projecting Dobbins to land a 2-year, $1 million deal in free agency with an average annual value of $1 million. The Giants have roughly $6 million left in salary cap space per Spotrac, but that does not include the signings of Wilson or Winston. Despite his injury history, Dobbins is still an explosive talent to add to the backfield. He's averaged 2 yards per carry throughout his career, and he recorded a career-high 905 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns with the Chargers last season. The upcoming draft class is expected to be loaded with talent at the running back position, so it wouldn't be a surprise if the Giants simply looked to add to the backfield with one of their later selections. Even so, adding Dobbins to the backfield on a cheap deal wouldn't be a terrible move either. Giants' plan for number 3 pick is worst kept secret in NFL, according to Draft Analyst. Yeah, I've totally been hearing that too, definitely. QBs, they're so in right now. The Giants' dedication to approaching the QB room like a minor league outfield system, you can never have too much depth, has been one of the more, interesting storylines of the NFL offseason. You'd think that signing Jameis Winston and then Russell Wilson would all but eliminate them from making another high-profile QB move this offseason. That's your mistake, though, because the New York Giants won't stop until they have 3 teams' worth of starting-caliber QBs on the roster. That's what a few Tommy DeVito starts does to a team. Plus, the QB of the future obviously isn't on the roster right now. And even with Wilson Winston, that could still change this April, according to one of ESPN's draft analysts. In a recent Draft Buzz-style piece that dropped over the weekend, ESPN's Matt Miller flashes a bit of reporting in an answer about what he's hearing the Giants' plan for the number 3 pick may be. It sure sounds like the Giants are still going to take Shedeur Sanders in next month's draft, him hearing quarterback. Even after signing Russell Wilson to a 1-year deal, he said, "A scout told me, New York loving Shedeur is the worst kept secret in the league right now." According to that scout, the Giants had a presence at every Colorado home game this season. The Wilson and Jameis Winston deals shouldn't prevent the Giants from drafting a quarterback at no point 3 if one of the top 2 passers is available, but should Ward and Sanders both be off the board, the Giants will be a premier destination for Colorado's Travis Hunter, given the team's needs at wide receiver and cornerback. Outside of just how weird that QB room would be, I don't hate it at all. Wilson probably has some good football left in him, but it's certainly not 23 years worth. Winston is Winston. Getting a potential franchise QB in there and letting him learn from those two isn't by any means a bad idea, and if he, just happens to steal the QB1 job in camp, all the better. For all the moves the Giants have made this offseason, you could argue that they haven't really addressed their QB problem as much as they've patched it up. Still being an open to and taking a QB despite those moves would be a good moment for a front office that desperately needs one. And now, G-Men fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Big Blue. It'll be back any moment with more Big Blue news. Jets. 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 Let's go Giants.